Yo, what's up, guys? Happy Saturday. Welcome back to the High School Creation channel. A random Saturday Night Live. I had some Saturday Night Live. Okay. Hope I don't get copyright for that one. I had some free time tonight, and I had fun last Friday with 7-on-6 Mario and Yoko, and I thought I'd do this again and chop it up with you guys. Not expecting a huge crowd, but those that do show up, I do appreciate you guys. And I know we're going to get in and talk through hopefully some good conversation tonight. So hope everybody's doing well. I'm going to run through and see who's all here. I know Bearded's been in here since 8:30. What's up, Bearded? Dart G, what's going on? Toy Rensu, what's up? Christmas trees. I've not got the tattoo yet, but I've been working on a design. And if I'm going to get a tattoo of a Christmas tree, I hope you guys can hear me, by the way. If I'm going to get a tattoo of a Christmas tree, it's going to be the best GD Christmas tree tattoo ever. And I honestly, this is going to sound crazy. It may be somewhat contradictory in some aspects, but I want like a Dragon Ball Z inspired Christmas tree tattoo on this forearm. This arm stays clean. We'll never get a tat. This arm will be complete by the time I die. So anyway, Toy Rensu, that's inspired by you. Win or lose, what's going on? Toy Rensu, bearded chop, honorary Canadian. I think that was true until that last clip of me with sunglasses and the American flag bandana. Matthew Toy, what's going on? Welcome. Marcus G, what's going on? Hey, you guys have been around forever, back in the Diorama Talk days, so I do appreciate you guys coming through and hanging in with me during this live stream absence. I do have I'll probably tease some good news tonight, and maybe you guys will see me a little bit more over here on YouTube. Yeah, so Poncheesy in the house. What's up, dude? We need to connect. Even though we live in the same city, I feel like we're so far apart, dude. So far apart. But we can reconnect. Dragon Ball ornaments, for sure. So, if you guys remember last week, that was last week, right? Yoko threw out an idea. Me and Mario were talking about how much our ideas are so sporadic and we never follow through. And Yoko threw out the idea of creating a spin wheel for all of these ideas that we had or topics or whatever. And I'm not going to go in and make a spin wheel. I don't have the, unfortunately right now I don't have the time to do that. But what I did make was a will decide full of topics that I asked my kid wife about and then just purely made up. And tonight, that's how we'll run this live. This live is going to be determined by this wheel of just random ass topics, guys. And let me give you a taste of what these topics are going to be tonight. And then we'll chop it up. We'll get in the chat and chop it up. But I first want to talk about some of these topics. At the very beginning, we have bad words, bands, HasLab, Halloween, why is my sanitizer empty, UCS Razor Crest, new projects, what inspires me, favorite food, biggest loser challenge updates, next con I want to attend, open something, that's an action, random suggestion from the live stream, that's you guys, let's play a game, Taco Bell, McDonald's, and food. So those are the topics for tonight's live. And anything else you guys want to talk about or sideline me with, but that's what we're going to get into tonight. I hope that's enjoyable. I do have some stuff to open, so if we land on open, we'll see how far we get through the topics. It is elimination, so every time we spin and we're done talking on a topic, we'll go to the next topic. All right, sounds fire. Tree Gang, what's up? Tree Gang, I like it. Tree Gang. I'm not even highlighting comics. Sorry, guys. There we go. Speaking of comments, let me go ahead, throw this out there. All right. Yes, games will be played tonight, or may be played tonight, I should say. NYC Figure Fanatic, what's going on? Billy Moon, what's up, dude? What's up? Thank you for sharing the live today. It means a lot. You guys, by the way, I know you guys like to be here, but if you don't mind, go out and share. Let everybody know we're live. I'm hoping to make this fun tonight. I do have a few brewskis over here, and like I said, we have some strange topics that may be some, a good time to talk about. So, Taco Bell, that is right. I just got a glimpse of something somebody sent me, and it just made me think of Taco Bell all over again. So yeah, added that quickly as a topic along with McDonald's. So before we get into it, let me talk about a few things that are going to go on with the channel. Hopefully, in the next couple of months to the beginning of the year, some things I'm doing over on Patreon, and then some goals that I'm trying to get through this year. You guys know last year, 2021, during Diorama Talk Season 2, I threw out some goals to grow the YouTube channel to be able to get monetized. And unfortunately, we didn't make that goal, but you guys put in a lot of work to help me get there, and I want to thank you guys for that. But since then, I have reached those goals. Now I'm trying to build back up the actual watched hours, which is a little difficult. So that's why the lives are coming back. Not just because of that, because I miss it. I miss hanging out with you guys on Saturday night. I'm hoping to fill this Saturday night slot again. But there's been some other streams that are really interesting and I want to be a part of and listening to. So I don't know if it's going to work out, but hoping to fill a slot during the week that works out for everybody and doesn't, take away from anybody else. I don't want to do that. So forgot where we fit in, but going to bring back some live streams. Don't know the cadence, don't know the topic, don't know if I'll have guests, but there's going to be live streams happening again on the High School Creations YouTube channel, or at least an affiliate of the High School Creation YouTube channel. So that's exciting. I can't wait to start that up. I'm trying to work on production value and add a few things that I've learned doing Diorama Talk. That was the first live stream I ever done. Really first time really getting into YouTube as much as I have. So I learned a lot, built up some hardware. Now I want to build up software and then a better platform. And I think I have some folks that are going to help me with that. So I'm really looking forward to that and trying to make it better. And also being a better person in front of the camera, guys. I'm working on it. I think the brewskis help a lot, so I'll make sure those stay full. No more Red Bull though. I'm done with Red Bull, by the way. No sponsors from Red Bull. Red Bull, don't come at me. Don't come at me, Red Bull. I don't want you. It's probably not any better, but this time we'll be sponsored by Diet Mountain Dew. Anyway, it just goes with the jive, right? I mean, Red Bull wasn't even the right colors. Look at that. It fits in to what's going on here. Anyway, enough of the BS. More updates, and then we'll move on to these topics. I know you guys want to see through them. You'll notice some new overlays and some new intros and outros that I'm going to be playing with over the next couple of live streams. Feedback, guys, always appreciate. If you don't like something, if you think something's weird, let me know. This is all for you guys, so feedback is appreciated. And the last thing, two more things. Next thing I want to talk about is Patreon. There's a link I pinned in the chat. If you guys are interested, go check it out. There's no commitment. You guys, I love you guys. Either way, go check it out, though. I think I'm offering some cool stuff. There's more behind the scenes, more videos that happen back there as much as I can. Also, everything that I create that's in some sort of digital file, I'm offering over there in certain tiers. And with that, I'm also offering new files each month to just help grow that platform. And that platform goes directly into this and High School Creations over on Instagram. So I'm really trying to just take what I've been doing over the past few years and just take it up a notch. And I'm trying to give back to support that. So check it out if you want to. Let people know if you're already a member. That's very helpful. So going to be pushing more 3D files, specifically in 3D printer files. So every month over on Patreon, there's going to be a new file that will be available to the digital tier and above. And what that means is you can use that file to print, paint, and then use it in one of your dioramas. I'm actually doing a poll every month to determine what you want to see, and I'll go back and work on getting a 3D file available to you that's going to be resin print, fully supported. Basically, I test it. I'm going to go ahead and tease next month is, you probably saw on my Instagram, if it'll focus, guys, are these gas meters. They're small, but it adds that detail to your diorama. That's really going to set it off. And I make sure they all print well. I have a 3D resin printer here and make sure they all print well with the supports before I put them out there. Anyway, next month, starting in October, it's going to be gas meters. And then the following month has already been decided by the current Patreon members. I think Bearded, thank you for the help, is going to be a fire hydrant. So in November, there will be fire hydrants available, and we'll keep doing that every month, right? So members will be able to vote on what they want to see the next month. I'll offer that up. and then that'll go into the archive of digital files that those members have access to for the lifetime of their membership. If you do cancel your membership, respectfully, I'm going to pull those things back. Hope you guys understand that. That's just the way it works. And so that's Patreon. We'll close the book there. And then Instagram for you guys. I don't know if you pay attention to numbers, I'm not a big numbers guy, but here recently I've wanting to step out of what I'm doing as a hobby and play with it part-time professionally maybe. So I'm really growing my Instagram account and pushing to do that. I'm on track to get 10,000 subscribers. It's a number that I sat down with family and was like, hey, what's realistic numbers that you guys will have full faith in what I'm doing as a professional, doing this professionally. And there were numbers throughout, like 10,000, 20,000, 100,000. I don't think those last two numbers are really attainable by the end of the year. But 10,000, I said 10,000 is a good number. And I just started marching there about 2 months ago to get those numbers. And thank you, everybody on Instagram that has supported me over the years and helping to get to those numbers. I think right now I'm roughly a little over 1,100 followers away from hitting that goal. And that number doesn't really mean anything to anybody except for me, knowing that, that's a number that if I can get to it, it's one of those check boxes on the list of me turning this into a real thing. So please continue to support and like, and all those things are on Instagram as well as here YouTube. And again, thank you guys. You guys make all this happen. So let's get into the show. I appreciate you guys. Let me plug everything. Let's get into the show. We got 14 people in here. Let's see who else came in and who is talking through it up. Star Marvel, what's up, dude? Good to see you. Welcome back. I know live streams have been kind of lax here lately, but bringing it back. Let's get it, Mike. So let me show you guys what I got from a spinny wheel perspective. Oh, I forgot to set the mood. Hold on a second. Let's get some... Let's get some tunes in the back. You tell me if it's too loud. I'm going to set it at a 23. You tell me background music compared to my voice, how that sounds, so I can move forward and not have to worry about you guys can hear or can't hear, or if it's too loud or distracting. All right. Perfect. All right, let's go. So I got the spinny wheel. We'll start about first topics. And let me go ahead and share my screen so you guys know how fair this really is. Oh. I really had this ready to go, and then I botched it at the end. All right, here we go. I'll make this a little bit bigger for you guys. Get rid of this ad. Sorry, dude, this stuff isn't ad free. All right, let me make sure we can see this very clearly. Here is our list of things for tonight. Went over those at the beginning. I'll run back through them real quick so you guys know what they are, and we'll get into it. So there's some teasers. All right, bad words, bands, HasLab, Halloween. Why is my sanitizer empty? USC, Razor Crest, that's Legos. New projects, what inspires me, favorite food, Biggest Loser challenge updates, next con I want to attend, open something, random suggestion from the live screen, let's play a game, Taco Bell, McDonald's, food. All right, you guys ready? Let's go. Here's our first topic of the night, decided by this random software wheel. All right, I like this one. All right, I'm going to come back to you guys, stop sharing, and then talk about this one a little bit. So what inspires me? This is a very good topic because I'm going to lead into this subject a little bit. I get in those phases, or maybe there's cycles really, where I'm not inspired or not motivated, and then I seek inspiration or motivation. I know those two are two different separate subjects, but for me, they go kind of hand in hand when I get in those, and I really start looking for inspiration. And, I start looking at externally, like movies, comics. I'm sure you guys do the same thing. Action figures, taking walks, beaches. You guys might notice that I live on the East Coast. There's a lot of beaches. Getting out, getting, in that kind of element, like environmental with trees or oceans, natural settings with wildlife, cutting away all the noise, I find really like resets my creative side. That's where a lot of the inspiration comes. And I just start getting these flood of ideas again that when I finally get back to creating in the shop, you guys may see this. I'll go on Instagram or whatever social platform, and you guys will see for like days straight where I'm just like purging all this different stuff. And that's my inspiration comes from that. Is like I get out, reset, and then everything that I've been doing over those past reset periods, whether that's movies or just YouTubing things, YouTube, looking at other creators, I just start dumping what I've been looking at. So movies, definitely. YouTubers, especially creators here recently. I took to why am I blanking on names? That sucks when you're live. Odin Makes. I've been a big fan of him for many years. I saw one of his builds from 6-7 months, maybe a year ago, and I was like, oh, let me try that. And dude, before that, like, I don't know where I was, but I drew a lot of inspiration from seeing how he creates stuff, and I just really wanted to get back into it. And maybe that's some motivation too, instead of inspiration. But I would just might take a picture of a building in Toronto. I wasn't drunk yet at the time. Yeah, dude, the inspiration, that's where it comes from, right? So I think that plays into reference materials too. I guess, inspiration could be reference material. I'm big into using reference materials. So like a few other creators who do dioramas, and this kind of leads down this, I guess, rabbit hole of inspiration. I use Google Maps. I take pictures. If I see something like going down the road, I know in Toronto, like I was like leaning out cabs or at the back of Kev's van, taking pictures of like the architecture downtown Toronto, because I'm a big fan of architecture. You guys might see that in my work, but that's where my inspiration comes from. I'll refer back to those years later, or if I liked one particular building but I couldn't get a great picture, I'll use Google Maps and go back and do like street view and get these certain angles and then print them out and then use them to build things. Enabler tower, dude. I wish that'd be awesome. Maybe I've thought about, and I've talked to Buddy Mario about this a lot, like getting out of 1/12 scale, because I can't build the scene that I want to build when it comes to buildings, and maybe doing small like 144 or even smaller, so I could do full size buildings like that. I think that'd be really cool, Matthew. I should have highlighted your comment. That'd be really cool to do enabler tower, or like do like settings that you visited that you've had a lot of fun, like maybe something that inspired me from Decon or something that inspired me from Toronto from those visits. I think that'd be really cool to have, as a personal build. I think it's a great idea. Coco, well, that's just like your opinion, man. Yeah. What else was saying here? Witness might take a picture. Did you say bitches? No, I don't think I said bitches, but I do have a southern twang, so stuff does kind of run together. I hope I didn't offend anybody. Pictures. I said pictures. I actually love this idea. Yeah. I'm gonna call this topic done. You guys ready to spin again for another topic? Let's do it. Credit Yoko for this great idea of this random topic, Will. All right, here we go. Next topic. Let's go. Bad words. All right. I think there was some confusion on what I said earlier, and someone thought I said bitches when I said pictures. So there's already the start of the conversation of bitches. Bad words, guys. How do you feel about bad words? Having kids under the age of 5, sometimes I'm like, it sounds, because on a sometimes they pop out, especially like if I get hurt or something, and the kids will repeat. Kids are basically, they mock everything that gets said. I know it's cute when they're 2 and 3, but when they're like 4 and 5, it's not as cool, and it's kind of embarrassing. So I have to be careful with bad words in the house. So we don't like bad words. And when I asked my son for a topic, and that was the first one I asked. He said, bad words. So that's been a topic of the house here recently. I just realized the mini mic in the tower right corner. Oh, lower right corner. That's the tower. Yeah. So I got some overlays made to try to spruce things up with the live streams. And so he just asked for some things. I didn't know what I was going to get. I sent him my logo, my socials, and, just a random picture that I found. I was like, oh, this is me during the live with shades when I had the longer beard and longer hair. And this is what it came with. I am actually digging it. So we'll see. I get a few revisions on it. But what's your favorite bad word? I think the F word is my favorite bad word. I think I use that too much, too loosely for just about everything. It's such a versatile word, I guess. It can be used in so many different ways. And admittedly, my son picked it up and used it in the right context a few times, and I was like, okay, we got to stop this. I gotta pull back the bad words. So that's where the conversation's been coming from. Yeah, so that's the bad words. I think that's my go-to word is probably that one. I don't really say any others too much unless I'm heated, and that doesn't happen too often. Except since we're on the subject, since I just said it, this week I did actually. I released a story on Instagram and maybe rub people the wrong way, but my feed this week on social media was so negative, dude. It turned me negative, and I thought what was going to be a positive, hey, in your face thing actually came out to be kind of negative. And if anybody took that the wrong way, I apologize. But the overall negative this past week got to me, and I try to be a very positive person, maybe on the edge of, to quote a live stream last night, maybe toxic positive. I don't want to be negative about the positive. Negative, positive. Wow. Anyway, apologies there, but it is what it is. All right. Because the boys I've been using. Oh my goodness. Yeah. Man, I gotta get real bad to use words, or real upset for words like that. Yeah, it was a ridiculous week. Even my wife was like calling things out. Like, I mean, she's not really into the toy stuff, but she follows a few people and, looks at a few things. She's like, what is going on? I was like, I really don't know. It is just toys, but, whatever. Dude, I will, yeah, Marcus, I'm with you. I will come up with some weird, words like that. And, especially when I play games, actually. I notice it comes out when I play games. I'll just randomly string things together that make no sense, but then I'll use them the rest of that string like it's a popular word, and then it'll pass. Last time there was something in the water, ended up with 2 kids. You gotta be careful, guys. I also refer to people as shit ass. Shit ass. All right. On that note, cheers, guys. Making up new stuff here tonight. All right, cool. All right. You guys done with this topic, or is there more things you want to talk about for bad words? I'm liking it, though. Oh, by the way, guys, I'm going to try to keep this to an hour to 2 hours. We'll see. I got to get up in the morning and do a family thing. I got to drive 30 minutes and, just the whole family's getting together. But I don't want to be up too late tonight, so keep it to a couple hours. All right, let's move on. I think that's fair. Did I miss anybody's topics or comments? No. Cool. All right, let's do this. Moving on. Can anybody tell me why my sanitizer is empty? Does anybody have this problem here lately? I'm sure we all do, right? Especially with the pandemic. Now I'm used to having this big bottle of sanitizer in one of my cup holders in the truck. That's just always convenient. And it's been full for the past, I don't know, however long. Kids use it every time they get in from school. It sprays everywhere. I use it in and out. But now it's empty. Even my daughter's like, "Hey, your sanitizer's in." She's like 3. Like, what? When I was 3, I don't think we were playing with sanitizer. You washing our hands. Like, I don't think we washed our hands when we were 3. Maybe we did. But now even the kids are like, "Hey, I need sanitizer," and it's empty. I don't know. It was a subject for my daughter. She's like, "Why is the sanitizer empty?" Good point. Yeah, I don't know if sanitizer is, especially at the quantity it does now and accessibility that you have to it in the stores. I have no idea. Uh, so a lot of these comments are copies gonna come from my kids. So they might not be long lived. It is annoying, especially those random cases where you're like, "Oh, I really touched something that's suspect. I really need hand sanitizer." And like for a year, you've had sanitizer, and that one time you really need it, you don't have any sanitizer. So you're like squirting the last bit. It's just like, mist of sanitizer. You're like, okay, living on the edge. You enabled me to squirt sanitizer, so thanks. Points. Whatever. All right, let's move on. Next topic. Oh shit! Favorite food? Okay, all right. I'm gonna stop sharing and get real close on this one because I have some favorite food. I have a favorite food, but it's a combination of foods, and you guys stay with me on this one, and then I want to hear about your guys' favorite foods too. So family is from middle United States, from Chicago down to Arkansas, and then my dad came over military, living in Charleston. So a lot of the foods that I have grown up with have been very country foods, homegrown foods, like farm foods. But there's one thing that's always stuck out to me, and it is a combination of things. I don't know where this came from, but it is a comfort food like hell. If I'm sick, this is what I'm craving. It's mashed potatoes, just the Idaho, box stuff, right? With boxed macaroni, with canned black eyed peas, just all mixed together. And if I'm lucky enough to get some cornbread in there, like on the sweeter side of cornbread, dude, I will eat that. It doesn't matter how much you give me. I will eat it past the point of full, past the point of it coming out of my nose. That is hands down my favorite food. And it's a combination of foods. Very weird, though. So let's move on and talk about your guys' weird food. I hate sanitizer. It gets chunky. It does. Food. Yes, food. Food babies. I love pizza, curry, and seafood. I love nearly everything, though. Yeah, I'm not gonna say no to food, except if it'll kill me. Boxed potatoes. What particular brand? Idaho? Is it Idaho? The brown box, the flakes, dude. The flakes. Now, if I get pampered and someone makes like twice baked potatoes and like, what's a nice like baked macaroni and some authentic black eyed peas that have been stewed for hours, that's like top shelf. But I'm not gonna get that normally for this kind of concoction. I have a list of foods I really want to try. Oh wait, I have a list of foods I want to try whenever I'm in isolation. Let's talk about that, Marcus Shee. What are you talking about? Yo, Made 1979's Customs, what's up? Welcome to a weird night of live streams. I have a bunch of topics on a spinning wheel, and right now we're talking about favorite foods. Sushi. Oh, dude, I used to love some sushi until I developed a seafood allergy, which sucks. Like whenever food, the stuff that you need to eat, could kill you. Isn't that weird? Like, I don't get it. Aren't we all made the same, like, cosmic dust? How does this one particular combination of all the elements kill you, but the same the same things is made of in a different combination is okay? Like, I don't know. Maybe I'm too far fetched from that. Cornflakes, called it. Cornflakes are pretty good. I get down with some regular cornflakes. Maybe sprinkle some sugar on top. Jerk chicken. Yeah. I could get down with some jerk chicken. Butter chicken. Torrance, you got a lot of favorites. I really want to get some chicken and waffles, Korean food, and maybe a cheesesteak sub. Yeah. What's stopping you? Barbecue soul food. Dude, yeah, I could tear up some ribs, some barbecue. Yeah, yeah, I'm all about it. Market Sheet, that's where some of the best food comes from. Like here in the Low Country, like those small places, those like there's some place over on Johns Island that's like really cut back, but they have some of the best soul country food that you ever have. Best fried chicken. I mean, after that concoction I'm talking about, fried chicken is probably I probably eat more fried chicken than any other thing that on this earth. But man, I'm now salivating. I need a beer. Chicken and waffles is good. What's wrong with you, man? You could like let's say you take like a tender, really fry it up, some crispy, maybe double battered, wrap that in a waffle. Use the waffle like a taco. Drip some syrup in there, some butter. Oh, I can eat that. I could eat that. Not some egg on. No, you could do that, but I'm talking about some like real deal like chicken and waffles. One time I took to a party. I went and got some Eggos and a bunch of fried chicken from Walmart, and I brought chicken and waffles. I'm a fiend for all food. Soul barbecue coming to mind. Yeah, I'm definitely down with that. This is going to sound weird, but my mom used to make baked potatoes, chickpeas, boiled eggs, and tuna drizzle with olive oil. Dude, all those things sound really good. I'm a big fan of combining stuff like that. Yeah, that sounds good. All the protein. Yeah, I get down with that. I'm already considering what to make a Thanksgiving dinner. Hey, yeah, I gotta start thinking about that. It's coming up quick, man. This year is almost gone, right? I mean, we're in September, October, basically October. Halloween stuff's been out for 3 or 4 weeks now. Yeah, year's almost over. 2023 is coming up quick. I bet that's the bomb, Bearded. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I mean, I'm a big fan of like mixing things for the different flavors and stuff. Like, I'm a big fan of like, I guess like kitchen sink salads. Like you take some, a bed of lettuce, whether that be iceberg or romaine. You take some leftovers out of the fridge, combination of things, cheese and whatever. And dude, I love those kind of kitchen sink salads. I'll do the same thing. Like baked potato is also another thing that's why I like yours so much. But there's another like bed, a base for just be able to drop anything on, whether that be like, I don't know, crock pot meal or like some beef stew over baked potato, or really anything over baked potato that's like a casserole would be good. I don't know, dude. The sky's the limit on that one. Manic Mike, which diet would you not consider doing, bro? That's a good question. Really, it comes down to what interests me. At this point, I used to, a couple years ago, 2018, like really just take anything to build. Nowadays, I only take it if it's got interest to me. So it's got to be interesting. If it's something I don't like reproducing a lot of big, like back in 2020, I was doing a bunch of like corner dioramas, and they were all pretty much the same build, which I thought I wanted to do. And then once I'm like, I think I did 15 to 20 of those that year. It got very kind of stagnant, and I started switching up by making different signs. But I don't like getting into that, especially in this hobby, in this creative hobby, like stuck in the same kind of pattern. So it's got to interest me. Anything that's interesting. What are some weird stuff that you're willing to try? Now that I have an allergy, I'm very like hesitant to try new things. And that kind of sucks because there was a point in time as like growing up, like I didn't want to try things, and then I was able to try things for a few years, and I developed this allergy, and now I'm like, I'm kind of worried about what else am I allergic to, right? But there are things that I've tried over the years that I really enjoyed. A wide variety of seafood. Like I really like shrimp, oyster steamed, barely steamed. I do like squid, calamari. I've had alligator, had rabbit. Let's see, I've eaten squirrel, fish, all different kinds of fish, shark, swordfish, bass, sea bass. You know, never tried eel or anything like that. But I'm a little more hesitant to eat things like that now. I really stick, unfortunately, to a lot of things that I'm pretty comfortable with. That's kind of sad, but I do like to spice it up every once in a while. Live octopus. I've seen like some shows they eat them live, and that's just got to be the weirdest freaking feeling. It reminds me of as a kid when I used to swallow spaghetti noodles and then pull them back out. You know that feeling in your throat? I feel like that's what the octopus would like be trying to get out or something. This isn't weird, but there is a dish from Australia that I want to try. It's some type of crawfish called marron, I think, and it's served with the citrus, but it's plump. Its pulp is like pearls. Is that right? Is it hard? I've had crawfish. Crawfish is good. Crawfish tails. I don't like eat the head or suck the head. I know a lot of Louisiana folks will do that, but no. Man, you've had snake? What kind of snake? It's weird because there isn't. I was thinking about this the other day. I go do a walk around the pond like around lunch just to like clear my head, and I was thinking we don't, at least America and maybe Canada the same way. We don't eat a lot of reptile. Why is reptile? It seems like mammals and birds are the only thing we really eat. Oh, fish. But there's certain like entire like kinds of animals that we don't eat really. Like I know people eat insects, but we don't really do it over here. We don't eat reptiles. We don't really eat amphibians, right? Eel is good. Huh. I guess it could be good. I've had eel when I went to visit my friend in Portugal. We caught the sucker and then fried it up. Huh. Yeah, we have a lot of eel around here actually, like my message. Turn Mike and not a fellow universe. I don't know if I'd try eel. Honestly, I don't know. It was back in the Philippines. Plastiatica, what's going on, dude? Random live stream tonight. The topics are being determined by a spinny wheel. Credit Yoko for this from the last live stream last Friday. Put together a bunch of random topics to the household. Ask my kids, ask my wife. I made up stuff. Got some inspiration from some Instagrammers. We'll put together a list of topics, and we're spinning through those lists right now. And right now we're on food. Snake eyes soup. Anyone? Not me. Not me. Sorry. I don't eat eyes of anything. I don't think. I have vitamins. If I really am looking for something that I need to get certain type of vitamins from, because I don't think there could be a really good flavor in the eyes. Maybe it is. Maybe the flavor comes from the broth, whatever. But I don't think that's something that I need to eat. Thanks for sharing over on Instagram, guys. I just saw some of the shares. I think it's a Korean dish that is basically noodles. But with ice in it. It's interesting. I'll eat almost any kind of noodle. Huge fan of like rice noodles. Man, any kind of noodle. I love all noodles. My pops eats chicken feet. Yeah, that's the thing. Like pig feet down here, chicken feet. There's not much on them, so I'm guessing it's just like a chewing thing, right? But man, I was telling you that a lot of my family's from like middle United States, from Chicago down to Arkansas. Grandmother, Arkansas, and they had like a farm and chicken. And I remember 3 or 4 looking over into the sink and just seeing all the entrails of a chicken. And I'm like, I had no idea what I was looking at, dude. It scared the crap out of me. And then they made, they go and they eat chicken feet. Weird. Chicken feet call the Jesus Cornbread with black eyed peas. Yes. Yes. Cornbread with black eyed peas. Actually, my mom grew up on just cornbread and milk as a cereal, and they would sprinkle some sugar over that. And I knocked it until I tried it one day, and it's not actually that bad. It's kind of like just a different way of eating cornflakes in a way. It's cornbread. Chicken feet is one thing I'm hesitant to try. I heard it's really good. Also for good for broth and stock. Yeah, sure. I just don't. I'm guessing you're chewing basically the skin off because there's not much besides like tendons in the feet, right? What could there really be? Chitlins. Sorry. Quickly changing subject. Sell out for Manic Mike. Never tried them, but they're popular down here. Tongue tacos. Oh man, I've had fruit with salt. My mom tried to put me on watermelon salt, and it was an out-of-body experience in a bad way. Yeah, so I think like cucumbers and salt is pretty popular. I think cucumbers considered a fruit, maybe. It grows on a vine. Same with watermelon. I'm not a big fan of either one. I mean, I'll eat it, but it's not like I'm like gonna eat a lot of it. Yeah, I feel like chicken feet is more something you put around your neck and wear like a trophy. Like, so like I've hunted before. Actually, I've hunted quite a bit. And like turkey hunting, like you would take the it'd be a trophy. Like you take the beard off the turkey. Turkeys have a beard, by the way. It comes out their craw right here, very long. I feel like the feet would just be a trophy or something versus eating. But I guess you could gnaw on it while you're in the in the tree stand or something, deer hunting after the other season. You need a little something. You're chewing on your chicken foot necklace. I don't know. It's like chewing on a piece of wood. I don't know. I'd have to try it. Yeah, I mean, you get a chicken foot, you put a nice like clear orb with something in the middle. It'd be a cool necklace. Like, I don't know. Just making some shit up. All right, let's move. I think this topic this was the longest topic of the night. I think let's switch it up. Let's go to something else. Dude, wouldn't it be so weird if like drumsticks still had the chicken foot on the bottom of it? Because like at least here in the States, like the chicken foot is taken off the bottom of the drumstick. I guess that's the secondary part of the leg, right? Duck tongue. Now I'll eat duck. I'll eat wild duck. I don't know about duck tongue. It seems like you'd have to get a lot of ducks to get duck tongue. Just saying. All right, let's spin for another topic because this one is definitely played out. All right, let's go for it. All right, moving away from favorite foods. And the last thing we talked about was chicken feet for favorite foods. Well, I guess we're on to the food topic. McDonald's. I guess it doesn't have to be a food topic because McDonald's, while they do sell food, they are not really a burger company. They sell burgers. They're more of a real estate company. I don't know if you guys have read much about them. This has been years since I read it, and I'm really just paraphrasing. But they're more into real estate. They have, I think, one of the most pieces of real estate at any company. So they have it in all these different places. Like you drive through New York, how many McDonald's are there, right? You drive through anywhere, how many McDonald's are there, right? Not just in the States, everywhere, right? Yeah, and I'm a big fan of McDonald's, by the way. I enjoy some chicken nuggies. And I'll eat a double cheeseburger every once in a while and some fries and a Coke. So I'm a fan. I recently made a diorama that's I've always wanted to do at McDonald's, and I finally was able to do that. That's really cool. Really, your favorite fast food coffee, win or lose? I don't think I've ever had a coffee. I do remember, like back in the day, like my grandma would get like the breakfast plates, the pancakes and everything, and she'd get coffee from there. I don't think I've ever drunk a coffee from McDonald's. I'll have to try that. Is one of the topics food you can add mayo and make them better? Food you can add mayo and make them better. There's a lot of foods you can add mayo to and make them better. For sure, that's why there are 6 within 4 miles of me. Go figure, go. What's going on, dude? Any non-North American McDonald's menu you tried? No, actually, I've never. No, the only McDonald's outside the states I've eaten at was in Canada. Yo, 796 Studios, what's going on, dude? So, hey, check this out. So, last week, Yoko pitched an idea about a spinning wheel topics. And so I didn't build a spinning wheel, but I did come up with a Will Decide full of topics from the household, from my kids, from my wife. I made up some stuff. So that's what we're talking through tonight. We just got off our favorite foods. The topic right now is McDonald's. I think that's catching everybody up. So it's an interesting night. The live's going to be determined by this wheel. So should be fun. Double quarter pounder, no ketchup, extra mayo. I can get down with that. I think mayo makes a lot of things better. I'm a big fan of some mayo. Go figure go. What's going on? Oh, man. McGriddles? Woo! Best breakfast I ever had. You put a pancake that's already got syrup in it between some meat and some egg and some cheese. Dude, as a kid, I used to, this is before McDonald's did this. They probably stole this idea from me. I used to dip my bacon or country ham. I don't know if you guys are familiar with country ham, but it's like a salt cured ham, in syrup with my pancakes. Best thing ever. And then they put it on a fast food menu so I can get it for like $2 anytime I want during a set hours, right? During a set number of hours. I guess it's not anytime I want, but man, it's a wonder I'm not killed over with cholesterol. I blame McDonald's. A Big Mac made with McChicken. You're onto something. I don't know if you guys have Bojangles. I think when Mario came down to visit back in December, we got him one of these. Instead of a bacon, egg, and cheese biscuit, Bojangles, if you ask for it, it's not on the menu, they make a chicken, egg, and cheese biscuit. So good. Now you might want to get some McDonald's. I'm telling you, dude, a 10-piece chicken nugget, large fry, a Coke, can't go wrong. It makes you eat it on some steps overlooking the crowd that's in the house. You're with. My daughter always makes me sure there are 2 ranches for my nuggets. Yeah, right? Yeah, I think we get the kids. One kid wants honey mustard, one kid wants barbecue. My kids eat a lot of McDonald's chicken nuggets. They're basically a case study. We'll see what they turn out in like 10 years. Before going vegan, I would eat a gang of eggs. It's bomb. What is I would eat. You just mean a bunch of eggs? You're now vegan? That's interesting. I think I tried that one time. I probably did it wrong because I just wasn't getting enough protein. Too much estrogen, I think, from like beans, because eating a lot of beans and peas and stuff. I do a daily double sandwich, a double cheeseburger, and a McChicken. Oh my goodness. What's everybody's thoughts on the McRibs? I'll eat them. I don't think that's my go-to thing. And it's interesting that it's a seasonal item. Is it because they're trying to make people think that they want it? Or is there something in the meat that's a seasonal item? Why are McRibs a seasonal product? Breakfast burritos, hash browns every morning. Yeah, that sounds great. No thanks on the McRib. Gross. Torirensu. Yes. Wait, what Torirensu? Oh, make gangbang. Oh, I got you. I don't know. I hope we're talking about McDonald's foods. That's the subject right now. Or McDonald's in general. The arches. I order a daily double all the time, and it's never on the menu anymore. But they know what I'm talking about. Yeah. I don't know what that is. Honestly, I'm a lifetime McDonald's goer, but don't know what that is. They used to use Canadian geese for the McRib, LOL. That's why it's seasonal. That would make a lot of sense, but goose meat is terrible. Like, I don't know if you guys have ever had goose, especially wild goose. Like, there's a lot of trimming. to get all that the gristle. It's just not a good bird. Yo, Doom 9000, what's going on? Man, this is bringing back old times. A lot of you guys right in the chat tonight. You guys supported Diorama Talk, 2020, 2021. Was it 2021? Excuse me. And this is bringing back memories. Thanks, guys. I miss the snack wraps and fajitas. Yeah, the snack wraps. Good point. Anything that you can wrap up and eat like that. I do remember that. Yeah, that's a great point. It didn't last very long. McDonald's brat season is coming. Brat? Really? What's that mean? Dude, I used to play the Monopoly game. I don't know if they do it anymore. Actually, my best friend's family won one of the big grand prizes. This was like 15 years ago now, but probably longer than that. It was middle of high school. Man, 25 years ago. One time when I was visiting my family in Mexico City, I ate a double Whopper and had diarrhea for... Yep. This food talk raises my spirits and made my blood pressure. Yeah, and I'm trying to eat healthier, and so this isn't helping. I'm saying healthier, and I'm drinking a Diet Mountain Dew and a Bud Light right now. But it is working. Hopefully we land on the topic, and I don't want to spoil any updates there, but hopefully we land on the topic. We can talk about it. I like McDonald's brats. It's pretty good. I don't know what you're talking about. I guess I'm so into the same thing. Like I said, as mentioned this earlier, they order the same thing all the time. Maybe that's why I miss it. I've eaten rabbit stew in Mexico City. I don't think that'd be bad. I think rabbit's actually pretty good. It's a leaner meat. Can't be gamey, I guess. Gamey. All right, guys. I'm gonna switch to another topic. You guys good with that? Let's roll another topic. All right. Random suggestion from the live stream chat. All right, chat. Throw out some topics, and I'll pick one. Can't be about McDonald's. We just talked about McDonald's. All right, first one that comes up from Go Figure Go, Halloween. I'll save that because that's on the spinning wheel, and I'm hoping to get through all the subjects on the spinning wheel tonight. This one is not a subject on a spinning wheel. Could be a contender. See what other people say. Next project's on the list. No, I love me. I choose Go Vegan for animals. Oh, good for you. All right. I'll give it 5 to 10 more seconds to get your topics in. If you guys want to talk about something specific, whether that be me as a creator, an artist, personal builds, whatever, or anything you guys want to talk about. That's, I'll say, street legal here. Yoko, what's going on? Welcome to the chat. Hey, I didn't build the spinny wheel, but I do have a spinning wheel of topics. I have been crediting you all night with this idea, by the way, but this is how the live stream's rolling, is this list of topics. And this current topic is a request in the live stream for a topic. And so people are throwing out some ideas, hopefully. Autumn activities. Autumn is probably my favorite time of year. For some reason, that crisp chill that comes down, I don't know, just really heightens my creativity, my motivation. Just makes me feel very positive. I like this time of year. A rig a wheel. Hey, this isn't rigged. All right, so the topic that I like, 2 topics. We'll talk about them both. First one is, who's your favorite enabler? This is I don't want to use an analogy, but I'm going to use you can't rate your friends. You shouldn't rate your friends. You shouldn't rate your children. You shouldn't rate your parents or your family members. So I won't do that. But what I will say is I'll go around the horn and talk about my favorite things about each enabler. So, Kyle Wadaga, one of my favorite things is just his overall attitude. He can be the funnest guy, but he will correct you in a heartbeat, and I really appreciate that about him. Yoko, kind of the same way, but more direct, I think. But she's very cool about it. Another thing is Yoko is very much into Star Wars, and I think it's inspired me to really like characters I've not really thought about before. So I like that. Toying around. And there's a lot I can say about Kev. The enablers are kicked off from a chat that started with him and Mario, and then me and Prime. And I've just always talked about Kev about a lot of technical things, like subjects. Like I remember talking to him about fried chicken, just mentioned how much I like fried chicken. So I think the conversation with Kev is always interesting and fun. Let's see, Prime. Man, what can I say about Prime? I'm not going to say anything about Prime. Except, happy belated birthday, Prime. Fred. I like Fred a lot. Fred trips me out, dude. I love his live stream. Love a lot of stuff about Fred. Just overall cool guy, Lego guy. I think he got me, back into Legos. Got really what triggered my son getting the Legos was, some of the influence from Fred. So, Fred's pretty cool. Thanks, Fred. He was a great Prime replacement during Disney, during EnablerCon. And who's the last one? 796 Studios. I mean, I can't say enough. Mario, I reached out to him, first started talking to him. I was like, man, what don't you do? Because he does a lot of things very polished and, production quality is there, right? From pictures to whatever he does, right? And he came back and said he doesn't dance. But Marge's an overall cool guy. You know that. Just fun to hang out with. All these guys are. Enjoy the company. All right. The other subject I saw was autumn activities. You could have made it sound more cool. Seems kind of lame. Go figure. Autumn activity. I don't know. What is an autumn activity? How trick or treating, pumpkin patch? I don't do any kind of harvesting of any kind of vegetables or anything during this time of year. I will say, I do like the weather. There's a lot more outdoor activities. Like tonight, I typically don't go outside because it's so humid and hot down here, but I went outside tonight, super chilly, looked up in the air, and there was this big burst of light with a trail behind it. I mean, it looked like a comet shooting through the sky. Immediately, I got my wife to go on Instagram or whatever it was to find out if we're being attacked or what's going on, because that's not typical kind of scenery. And there was actually a rocket being launched tonight for SpaceX for some satellites. So I wouldn't have caught that if the weather. So the weather, I get more outdoors. We'll probably go to the mountains here in a few weeks, do some hikes. So autumn activities for me is just getting more outdoors. The weather is more appealing for that. I'm missing a whole lot of chat. Sorry. You shouldn't rate your children, so I don't. Mike is my favorite. Oh, come on, guys. Pumpkin. LOL Ellies. Hey, I'm not going to put it past you. I think if a comet, I told my wife this tonight, if a comet's coming at us, or if there's a large missile fired at us, or whatever, there's space, no one's going to say anything. I mean, unless you go on social media and it's us talking about it. Governments, big names, they're not really going to say anything. I don't think they want people to freak out. So I think we wouldn't know about it. I'm usually a harvester of sorrow. I love wearing hoodies. I don't know, man. I don't like a lot of clothes. Although, when it comes to wintertime, I guess you have to wear a lot. But I just feel like I can just be normal. I keep my house on 71. I like it chilly without a lot of clothes. So this time of year is really nice. All right. So any other topics? Going to move on. I think I talked about a few things here. All right, let's move on back to the wheel to decide our fates here. All right. Man, I hope it's removing stuff. Halloween. How fitting. Good thing I skipped that subject. All right, so Halloween. I think this year, actually, since I've had kids, Halloween has become bigger in my mind than it has been in the past. I think one of the biggest holidays for me was maybe Christmas. That involves a lot of work, right? Decorations, preparation, all those things. Halloween now is becoming like that. My kids want to get stuff out in September. If you don't get your new Halloween decorations by the beginning of October, maybe mid-October, everything's already gone, really. So we're out buying things weeks ago. We have stuff outside like coffins and skeletons and big pumpkins. It's an ordeal. Like, my kids love it. Now they want to go to pumpkin patches, do things. And, I really wasn't big into it as a kid, but my kids are. And so it's exciting. And now that, like, I'm making stuff and doing stuff like that, it's even cooler because, like, I get into, like, oh, what props can we make? Or if something breaks, so I know how to fix this. I have the tools to fix it, or the proper, things to fix it. So it's actually a really fun holiday. And I imagine it's going to get bigger for me every year because I just, like, the more stuff we get for Halloween, the more I want to do with it. So, yeah, I don't know. I may experiment with some different things for Halloween, maybe make some masks or get back into cosplay. I talked about that before, how much I'm a big fan of cosplay, try to make my own stuff. And it'd be cool to maybe, do a full outfit for the kids maybe one year. I know this year, man, we went to a local con, and I didn't realize they were so big into, like, Mando and Boba, but they both loved those two characters, and now they want to be them. Fortunately, I don't have enough time to make them the proper outfit. Like, if I want to do it, it's going to be right. I'm not going to make it out of, like, cardboard. I want to print them some stuff out. I got some helmet files for Mando that I'd love to print out in their size and make them a backpack and a bunch of stuff. Maybe next year. It's All Hallows Eve. Halloween is my favorite time of year next to Christmas. I agree. Like, nothing, I don't think anything will ever beat Christmas. But at least not for me. Homemade costumes are simply the best. I agree. Like, and the more, like, my kids are super into, like, making stuff now. You guys probably see that on Instagram. So I think they're going to get more into wanting to make their own costumes, and I'll be able to show them how to do it. And we have the means of doing that. And I think, like I was just saying, the next couple of years are going to be really, really awesome for Halloween because we could do it months earlier, right? And be projects for the kids to keep them busy outside of, like, sports and regular school stuff. But I think it's going to be really fun. You won't burst a Homer from The Simpsons? I don't know. I used to love those Halloween shows. And I mentioned the con, and we're talking about Halloween and props and stuff. Just want to show this off. I picked this up at a con locally. This was like $25. It's some type of poured foam. This is a very dense foam, but I know you guys already see what this is, right? This is the sort of omens. I don't know if I showed this off yet or not. Maybe I have. And apologies if I have. But I'm going to try to turn this into something that looks a lot better, right? $25 is a cheap base to do something like that. So I'm excited about that. And then pick this up too, Milnor. So now I have Stormbreaker and Milnor. This is also the same type of material. And again, this was only like $50, but it's got some hella good detail. It's going to take us some weathering, maybe some base coats. I think that'd be cool. And then BBTS had a sale on the Nano Gauntlet. So I picked that up. I dig it. I like the props. You guys know I like the props. Yo, Prime to the First. What's up, man? Happy belated birthday. Speak of the Prime. Thunder. Yeah, I would like to be able to do something cool. I thought about taking this off and doing some stuff with some acrylic. So either on the laser or hand painting it, and then getting those big glass kind of like the glass eye look, and putting that on top. So I'd have to get rid of this entire center to do that, and then maybe building like some LEDs in there so it can light up, and then using one of these spots as maybe a small like trigger for that, and then getting rid of those and putting some real jewels and stuff like that, and then just doing a nice paint job on it. That'll probably be far in the future, but I think that'd be really cool to do and have. But I mean, for $25, I mean that's the entire base. A great platform to start off with. So. RG, what's going on? Welcome, welcome. All right. Besides, you know, the cosplay aspect and making stuff, Halloween, yeah, pumpkin patches, haunted houses. I like fear. I think it's fun when I know it's not real fear. Like I like scary movies. I like scary things. I like doing scary activities as long as it's not like life threatening. I do like scaring my kids around Halloween. I like making people jump. That's another thing why I like decorating the house. But you know, them getting out and going to the pumpkin patches and doing the haunted houses and stuff is really cool. Oh, this there was a local con, man. They just had a bunch of them. It was like $25. This is all foam. I picked this up the same day from the same company. They got to be just mass produced. This was like $50. That's solid foam. So $75. I got these two. That's crazy, right? I'm sure you can find them on Alibaba or some kind of cosplay thing. Mike, do you dress up for Halloween trick-or-treating with the kids in full costume? You know, I've like I was just saying, I really wasn't big into Halloween for some reason. You know, when I was big into cosplay. But, so, you know, in my neighborhood, they do this big, like, parade through the neighborhood and do stuff now for the past couple of years. And every year, I've dressed up a little bit more. So, yes, and I think I'm getting more into it. As the kids get into it, like, I really get into it. So, yes, to when I lose, or win or lose, yes, I do dress up. Dude, Thunder Tank. Hey, if I see another one, dude, I'll grab you one. Thunder Tank, man, I'm hoping to be here soon. Like, all these vehicles that are being released is crazy. I mean, I don't know if we'll get the HasLab now. It seems like people are backing out of it, but there's still hope, right? We got days left, but all right, let's move on to another subject. Cons I want to attend next. So speaking of cons, I was really wanting to go to NYC this year. It fell on a weekend before my wedding anniversary, and it seemed like a good. We were going to go to New York, spend the time there, and do some stuff at NYCC, and then do our own thing. Rigged subjects, and unfortunately, we're not going to be able to do that. What we decided to do is go down to Disney World with the kids for a week. I think it's much more fitting. But so the next con, I think, really, besides like local cons that I want to attend, is going to be San Diego Comic-Con with the Enablers. So really looking forward to that. Hopefully, we'll start sparking the conversation of where we're staying, tickets, you know, logistics, so we can start getting that stuff mapped out. Because from what Yoko was saying, we need to do that much earlier on. So hopefully be able to do that. I think that's the one I'll be looking forward to. I think that's a bucket list for everybody. You know, when I started cons before the pandemic, you know, that was when I wanted to attend. So I think that's the one I'm going to focus in on. So yeah, San Diego Comic-Con. What about you guys? Enablers. What is that? Collar versus Toy Migos. I'm down like 4 flat tires. All right. For real. It'd be good to hang out with you again too, Prime. It's been too long. Collaboration. Yeah, I think we were joking about it. Was that last week? About a yacht and doing some other things, but definitely there's a lot more folks out on the West Coast side we could run into. I think that's one of the funnest things. Hopefully, you guys hear me. The funnest things about the cons is getting to see all the people that we normally only talk through here through social media. Like getting to see them in person, hang out with them. It's super cool to do that. And Toronto was so much fun. Anaheim was so much fun. I think San Diego Comic-Con is just going to be so much. I don't know if anything will ever top either of those events. They're all separately very, very awesome, but San Diego Comic-Con just is going to have a whole lot of just top tier for me, and I can't wait. Over here, HorrorCon LA is happening. Ooh, that's probably fun. Plan on going. It's a rig a wheel. Cool. Yeah, so there's also some local cons that kick off every year. Captain's Comics does one in February every year at the Shriners over in Mount Pleasant. I've been going to that comic book store since I was like 5 or 6 years old. It's been the same place. I don't think it's the same owner, but I go to that every year. Just got done at an Incredible Con, which is North Charleston, my local area's first bigger convention con. It's still growing. That's where I picked this up. And probably just hit up a few more local ones. Also got LA Comic-Con on December 3rd, 4th, and maybe the 2nd. Wow, okay. Man, see, that's what I'm talking about. West Coast, man, you guys got everything popping off. Ow. Anybody have a mustache and it gets stuck in the can? The tab. That hurts, man. All right. All right, next topic. Let's move on. Oh man, I was hoping we could avoid this one. Just talked about it a little bit. We'll talk about HasLab, the Engine of Vengeance. I know we just missed a major unlock for Robbie Reyes yesterday at 9 o'clock, which is sad, and I think we're starting to see some backers back out. But like I was just saying, it's not over yet. With 33, how many days are left? I don't know. A large number of days. We're more than halfway there. I'm not saying it's down and out, but it could be. We'll see. I've definitely backed it as much as I can, so I'm a supporter. But I don't, until it's done, right? Yeah, the engine. What isn't like Engine of Vengeance or something like that? What is it called? Let me pull it up. Yeah, Engine of Vengeance. The Hell Charger. Everybody knows, right? Yeah, Marcus, yeah, I'm right there with you. Sorry, I'm reading your comment. So, yeah, I'm a car guy. I collect cars in 1/12 scale already. I'm always looking through the internet to find things that maybe people aren't looking at that could be possible. Like Bratz cars. I was all over Bratz cars before, this week, and everybody's talking about Bratz cars. There's a Kyle Richard Petty, old school, from the early 70s car, maybe 80s. That I buy whenever I find them super cheap and then repaint them. I think the last two I have went to Unparalleled, one might have went to Rick. I build 1/12 scale model car. So I'm all over this. This is right in my wheelhouse. Plus it's actual proper size for a Legend. And then it hits some other buttons too. Like growing up, my family was always Mopar, Challenger, Charger, and they're still super appealing cars, right? They have a lot of power and they got nice designs, and so this hits a lot of buttons. But yeah, unfortunately, like until it's done, we don't know. I mean, we got 37 days left. It's at 5,770 backers, but we'll see. Yeah, you got to be careful with some Bratz cars. So some are different sizes. It looks like what people are buying here lately is more appropriate, but I don't know if that's just like playing with the scale in the photo. Yeah, exactly. They are, especially, and if you look at model kits are 1/12 scale, but they're on the smaller side, and even model kits, because they're not really popular, they didn't sell well when they were made, are now like really expensive. I think I talked about this last week, right? I have a Corvette that I paid like 154 open, then I have a 69 Camaro that I paid like maybe $200 for. I don't know if it still goes for that, but even if you buy like the die cast, like higher end models, obviously they're die cast or metal, they got super detail, but they're still on the smaller side, and some of those will range $4,000 to $1,000 depending on what kind of car you're looking at. So yeah. Yeah, GTO, man. GTO. My uncle and stepfather built several General Lees. They used to do clone General Lees, and they were so good, like they would sell them for like, I think the last one they sold was maybe 10 or 15 years ago. I think he paid off a lot of things selling that General Lee. And then they were able to actually get one of the 8 from the show. It actually had the skid marks wherever the boots would slide in and stuff like that. So that was really cool. But yeah, they were big Mopar. Oh man, I didn't even think about putting cars on the subject, but man, we should have did that. Okay, let's move on to our next subject. Get out of HasLab. Oh shit. Let's play a game. So, typically on Fridays, we'll go into Target and we'll look for a new game to play. The kids are at that age where they're picking those games out like Picky Kitty, or these games where like you put a bunch of things on and it just throws it, right? So, the most recent pickup of the game, and this is the quickest thing I could find in preparation for the subject, was this game called Pie Face. Have you guys ever played this game? Oh, I wish it was shots. I wish I had been like, I didn't have any liquor to do shots or anything like that. So what I grabbed was Pie Face. And so I figured I'd play around. I'll do 3 spins. And then that'll be it on Pie Face. So give me a second to put this together. Yeah, so last night we're playing it, and my son just won on every turn. Like, he wanted to get the pie in the face. All right, let's set this thing up real quick. So we're going to play a couple spins here. And let me grab the last thing. Oh, I got whipped cream everywhere. I got the real stuff, guys. This stuff is good. All right. So, I don't know if you guys have played this game. try to get as much as I can so you guys can see me. Which is better here? So what you guys can do, you guys can pick some numbers, 1 through 5. The first 3 I see, I'll just use those numbers and then go from there. So if you guys want to put a number 1 through 5 in the chat, we'll play this and get this over with so we can move on to another topic. I don't have any napkins, so I have to step away. All right, first number is 3. 1, 2, 3. Oh God. All right. Next number. Next number I see is from B. Riviera. Is 5, 1, 2. All right. That's the end of that game, guys. I'll be right back. I gotta get some napkins. If you guys don't mind, I'll be right back. All right, guys, I'm back. Get all this off me here. Woo! All right. I hope that was somewhat entertaining. There was a lot of numbers. I wasn't going to go through them all for a second and third time. So I appreciate you guys playing the game. I think that's a topic I may leave in, but maybe not with the pie. Yeah, I got pied. Yeah, I should have I don't know why I didn't think about that. Now all I smell is whipped cream. I'll take another hit. I got it everywhere. And no one loses this game, basically. So there is a points value game. Every time you do a turn, you double the points that you're able to successfully get through on the card. So like if you roll a 5 and you turn 5, you don't get pie in the face and you get 10, then it goes to the next person. The object of the game is to get the most points. If you get pied, obviously you're the loser. All right, next subject. From making stuff for cosplay. It's not easy for me. Yeah, I mean it can be time consuming and tedious, like. And then, like, I get so caught up in how much it needs to look like the real thing and totally forgetting it's for fun. And so I get caught up in those kind of things. All right, let's get back into these subjects. Biggest Loser Challenge update. All right, as I'm eating whipped cream here, I'll explain some of that in a second. But yeah, so Mario, I don't know if you're still in the chat, but we're coming up on week 3 of the weigh-in. Me and Mario are doing a challenge. I needed some motivation, and I reached out, and looks like he needed some too. So I threw down some bills on a 12-week commitment to try to lose some, get a little healthier. So yeah, 3rd week, I'm down like 4%, so that's like 8 pounds. However, I'm drinking a few beers, eating some whipped cream. I will say that for a low carb or like a keto friendly diet, the real whipped cream has no uh, carbs or sugars. So this is actually a safe treat. The only problem with me doing it tonight is I'm also doing a mixture of intermittent fasting. That means I only eat between 11 a.m. and 7 p.m. And obviously it's well past that time. So kind of cheating on the weekends. So I'm about to double down next week to make sure I stay on my regimen. Yeah. So yeah, that's the update for me. I'm down. I think Mario's on a good path too, so he's staying very motivated. And I'm hoping in a few weeks to be able to get back in the gym. I'm not been in the gym in several years. Used to be a big gym fan, and I think I'm gonna get back in and try to lift a little bit. I do a lot of lifting every day. I lift a 40-pound and a 25-pound curl pretty often up and down flights of stairs. But I mean the real thing, like some cardio and some walking and some true resistance training. But we have 9 weeks left of that challenge. It ends the week right before Thanksgiving, so that's very fitting. And both of us are down, so that's what counts, right? We're staying healthy. I think we're doing it, the proper way, just not eating, which would be bad, just not to eat. Yeah, healthy eating is what it's about. So I wanted to cut out a lot of sugars. Carbohydrates obviously turn into sugars. Eat smaller portions. And so there's a lot of studies around intermittent fasting. There's some studies around doing, keto. I don't think I'm necessarily doing keto, but I'm doing, low carb. So a lot of certain vegetables, certain fruits like berries, meats and stuff like that, nuts. So, the least processed as possible. Unfortunately, I do eat a lot of processed meats, but try to be a little more healthy. Drinking a lot more water. Obviously, I'm still drinking Mountain Dews and stuff to kind of balance out my energy, but there's a lot more water. And I feel better, especially being down like 8 pounds. Things just fit a little bit better. So I keep working on that. Yeah, Star Marvel. Yeah, to you, man. That's awesome. It is a little, it's not like you can't eat a lot of fast food and stuff on these kind of diets. So it's a lot of, prepping and buying stuff, which is cool too. It's also kind of creative, is making these meals and, creating combination of things that you would normally make, but you can't because you have to subtract, certain things like flours or anything that's got like carbohydrates in it, like starches. So you get very creative in making some meals. So it's cool too, but it can be a lot of overhead in eating. But yeah, it's for health, right? All right. It's kind of a short topic, but let's move on to the next topic. Huh. Yeah, Sweet Garden. I'd say try it out. They're pretty good. Most of the calories come from the dressing. Even with dressings though, I'm not as concerned about calories as I am, like I said, sugars and carbs. And so a lot of the dressings have, if you eat proportion what you should, just not a lot of, sugars and stuff like that. So it's actually, and I typically eat like a homemade balsamic or oil and vinegar type of dressing anyway. So, and then, I just pile a bunch of good stuff in there. Yeah, I get down on it. It's weird, like when you get in these kind of diets, like the things that you probably wouldn't naturally eat, that you're now kind of hungry for, and things look more appealing. You eat things that you typically probably would just turn your nose up and just go to like eat a Twinkie. I don't know. I think your taste changes a little bit for the better this way. So like just I enjoy like carrots and celery now a whole lot more than I would have a few weeks ago. So it's just cool. I'm telling you, Mike, cut carbs out, but stick to it. Wait. Yeah, 8 days. So yeah, I realized like only doing it for like 5 days isn't really getting me where I need to go, but 8 days is probably the number. So I really need to just 1 week, just stay on it, and it'd be very helpful. All All right, next topic. Okay, this one came up earlier too. New projects. So, still trying to get the big epic diorama wrapped up and done. A lot of very small things that are left. Like window details, minor, weathering. I want to put together some telephone poles and stuff like that, some street signs. I have some 3D things I need to print for like Greeble, like vent hoods and some stuff like that. So working on that. So it's very close to being done. And then I got to pack it up and ship it. I'm also doing, these dioramas I have over on Etsy. I'm doing a run of these. I talked about how much I didn't like doing repeat builds, but this one's actually pretty fun because I do things different with stickers. I'm actually cutting all this on the laser, so every piece of this is cut with the laser, from the bricks to the wood. So got these on Etsy if anybody's interested. New projects though, I'm hoping to do some collaboration with a few folks once I can get this big dio out. I've touched base with some, I can't talk a whole lot about it, with some bigger companies that want my work for a few things. I just don't have the time to do it now. So hopefully once I can get this out, I can start working on some of that. So that's going to be exciting. I know that's kind of very big, but there's only so much I can talk about. And there's some personal builds that I want to get into that I just haven't been able to do just because I've been busy. I want to get back into some sci-fi builds. I was able to do one back in early 2021 that went to laser pants, and want to revisit that one. And my skills have changed since then. I've learned a lot of stuff. So I would like to be able to do another sci-fi diorama. Just got to get the room back to do it. And then I got some other things in the works too. I can't really talk about. Wish I could, but I think I'll be able to tease some stuff soon. And it's not just diorama projects. There's some, I mentioned some possible YouTube live stuff. And then for the Patreon folks, these are projects too, right? I have some rolling out some new tiers that I hope will be exciting for folks. So, yeah, I think I try to take on too much. I got too many projects. Now I think about it, and that's I don't do this full time. So I'm trying to get all these things out and then be production ready. But we'll see how they turn out. But yeah, just a lot of new projects. Sorry, there's nothing very specific, but this newer stuff I just got to keep under wraps. But there's stuff coming, and it's gonna be fun. I hope. What about you guys? What new projects you got going on? Yeah, that was like the Mountain Dew train. Yeah, I think the only one who tries to gain weight, I think I'm mellow. Yeah, there is that opposite, right? Oh, collabs. Yeah, dude, collabs for sure. Like I'm a big fan. Especially now that like COVID is relaxed a little bit. I want to get back. I've already done this with a few people, getting other people's shops or inviting people down to my shop, collaborating, hands-on, like side-by-side building. I think it's fun to be able to send things over. Like I collabed on something with Mario, or Prime to the First. I've collabed with Mario. Actually, I've collabed in-house with Mario. We talk a lot there, but I want to collab with, different builders, either my shop or their shop or some sort of in-person meetup, right? I think would be really cool. Computer coding for me. Yeah. You're seeing a lot of people doing like 3D work now, which is really cool. I've been making 1/12 scale knives, other accessories, and trying to improve those. Oh, that's cool, man. There's a huge, area for those. Build Peter, do you see him on YouTube? Huh. Who is it? I see you. You should team up with Adam Savage. Man, I ain't nowhere near. It would be awesome to do that, but yeah, I don't know about that. Maybe one day that'd be awesome. But I want to collab with folks that I've made a connection with here on Instagram that either I respect on an artistic level or like just have some sort of connection with, jive with, and I think our talents complement each other. So that's the folks that I want to collaborate with. I don't know if that came out. No one's got any projects. Marcus Shee had one. Let's see. Who else is it? Star Marvel. I know you got stuff going on. Bearded. I know you got stuff going on. Look at that. Even the fidget spinner is color coded for the live stream. Had a cave dial on the table for months after stacking the phone together. I can't figure out how to carve it out. How big is it? You mean the design? You don't mean the actual how to carve. You just mean you don't know the design you want to do. Oh, you see my comment? No, I missed the star. Oh. A 1930s pub painted like a black and white movie. Dude. I think that'd be dope. Want to see it? Doombot. You just don't know like just how you want to do it, right? If I could lend my 2 seconds of maybe some sort of path forward is, if it's the look, obviously reference material, said it before, just go out and find something that really clicks with you. If it's the how, go at it with some sort of either hot knife or just think about any kind of friction tools that does carving or maybe can use for carving, right? Like maybe you take some sort of drill bit or like wire brush on the end of a drill bit, maybe push it in. Or if you're wanting that stack stone kind of look, maybe you got to just get in there and chop it up with a blade or a hot knife. My eyes match everything. Are they green? Oh, they are. Look at that. I'm making a custom figure for a friend as a birthday gift. The clothes I have planned sort of worked. Nice. A little kit bash or customization. I'm going to do Tech Chuckers challenge to make a fire hydrant out of foam and hand tools. Like how big? I didn't even see that challenge. Like, is this 1/12 scale? I think it's got a cool idea. Oh, Beard, I missed your comment. I have some stuff coming out in a week or so. LOL. All right. Yeah, I'll be looking for it. Nice. That's a cool challenge. I'll have to go check that out. Star Marvel, you stay customizing. All right, gonna move on to the next topic. We're down to the last couple, 5, 6, 7 topics here. Ooh, UCS Razor Crest. So I don't know where I saw this or if someone shared it with me. I can't really remember. But here in the past year, me and my son have built 15 or 16. Started out just basically Star Wars Legos, the regular Legos, ships. and now we're on to Avenger ships. But he is super like into the UCS line, even though he's 4. He just loves that big AT-AT. So keyed into some of that, although they're really expensive. And then here recently, I saw that they released the UCS, the Ultimate whatever collection, and it's like I know for the AT-AT, it's the most accurately made Lego set ever, right? So I missed out on the HasLab Razor Crest, and I think this thing would be pretty big, the UCS Razor Crest. So I think, and the price range is much lower than the AT-AT. It's like $599, still high, but I think it may be the first UCS anything that we buy and build together. So I'm excited about it. I go back to when we started building this year, and the majority of all the ships we built are from Mandalorian. So it fits the theme that we tried to stay into, even though we deviated a little bit. We built outside of Star Wars Mandalorian. We ended up picking up the Guardian ship. We lost one of the pieces, so I had to order it through Lego, so we can't finish this yet. But this is the Guardian ship. This thing is super cool. There's so much articulation on a ship. It's all these different points of articulation, so that's really cool. And then we picked up the Quinjet. Kev sent it to me, and we built that last week. So we're running out of space for Legos, but this UCS Razor Crest I think is going to be really cool. And with Mandalorian 3 coming out here in March, February, whatever, I think it'll be prime time to get back into some Mando. It's a small cave for the NECA. Oh, okay. I took a hot foam cutter to the entrance, but after that, I'm lost. You can always fake it, right? As long all you gotta do is get it back enough that it looks deep and that you paint it like it is deep. But then only the Keisler Wolf is, sitting in there. So you don't have to really carve it all the way out unless you want to get that look right with some backlighting or something in there. But what you may have to do is you can always restack it, cut your foam, then use something like a clay or a Sculpt-A-Mold or something to really just bring everything together instead of having to hand carve it all the way through. My kids lose all the pieces for the Legos. Yeah, dude. I try to keep things together. We have trays, and he lost one intricate piece, or maybe it wasn't in. I've never seen that happen with all the Lego pieces. But luckily, in the back of the book, we knew which one it was. We'd call Lego. It was like 10 cents and $5 a ship. I was like, well, send me 20 of these pieces. I don't need 20, but I'm not going to waste my money. So send me whatever. So we're waiting on that to come over, I guess, across the pond because no one had them locally. So it's been a few weeks, but we're on like bag 12 of 14. So ready to close that one out so we can move on to another one. That's another thing. I don't like building multiple builds at one time. I like building one at a time because it's more likely pieces are going to get lost. So my son's chopping at the bit to build a new piece, but we can't because we're held up by this missing piece. That's all I got for the UCS Razor Crest. I'm hoping to see it from Fred, Panfrenoodle, way in advance. He is an affiliate with, I think he's affiliate level now for Lego, and I'm ready to see that teased out, so I'll be even more amped to buy it when it comes out. But you know what? There is one UCS that they have in store at 2. Actually, I don't know if R2D2 is technically UCS, but I know that Luke's Speeder is. And they now have that in Target. And I think that could potentially be one we pick up here soon, too, because I don't think UCS Razor Crest is going to come out till next year. But I could be wrong. All right. Let's hit another subject at a time. We're about an hour and 45 minutes now. I do appreciate everybody that's hung out all night tonight. We've been pretty solid, about 20 viewers, so I appreciate it. Appreciate all you guys in the chat chopping up with me and keeping me entertained and keeping me awake. This is fun. I like this spinny wheel of topics. We'll have to figure out how we flesh those out in the future. Maybe get more, maybe even pull from you guys over on Instagram for some topics. But this is fun. Appreciate it, guys. All right, so next we're down to 4. 4 topics left. I think we've hit food so hard. I'm gonna just skip this one. Bands. So this one came from my son today. My nephew. I don't know if you guys saw one of my stories on Instagram, but you probably saw a marching band coming out. They are doing band competitions, and the first round was today. 10 bands in 7 hours competed. My nephew is he's on the saxophone. This is his first year in marching band, but he's been playing saxophone for a few years. So went out to support him. Whole family came out. That was really fun. I think it inspired the topic from my son. So now he's all about some band stuff going on. So yeah, bands. And I thought we could talk about bands. One of the theme for this month for the Enablers photo contest was 90s photo albums, and that was pretty crazy. A lot of cool photos that have been coming out. I still see some coming out as of early as today, so that's really fun. But favorite bands. So I'm a 90s kid. I like grunge bands. I was big into my first concert I went to was in the 90s, 1999, I think. It was the Korn Sick and Twisted concert. I think I was in 9th grade. What a while. I saw so many things for the first time at that concert. I don't think my dad knew what he was taking me to. And I saw Mudvayne open up, and they weren't even big then. I think they were playing like Shovel. So I saw them open up for the first time. And that opened it up, dude. I was like all into grunge, and then turn into some rap and hip hop stuff. But yeah, Korn was my favorite band by far. Man, I'm trying to think, like Limp Bizkit. What are the kind of things that I like? There's a bunch of weird stuff. We had TRL back then, right? Do you remember TRL? Who else was on there? Orgy. You guys remember Orgy? Now, let me go through my playlist. I'll just look at my playlist because I still listen to that stuff. We'll see. Library. Artists. Let's see. At top of the list, Ace Hood. Alter Bridge. Art of Dying. Bass Nectar in there. Big Crit. Big Sean. Birdman. Black Keys. Bruno Mars is in the mix. Bush. Chevelle. I'm definitely a big Chevelle fan. Disturbed. Yeah, I like Disturbed. Eminem. Fall Out Boy. I don't know much about. Flow Rider. Foo Fighters. Future. Godsmack. Yeah, I remember Godsmack. It was like one of the first albums. Like, oh, you can't listen to it because Walmart doesn't sell it because it's explicit. I was like, I gotta have it. J. Cole. J. Dash. Jay-Z. Kanye. Yeah, Kanye's. Oh, Juicy J. I was always a big fan of Juicy J. And 369 Mafia, because there was Frasier Boy was in the mix. Frasier Boy, Kendrick Lamar, Nickelback. I guess those are early 90s, but Outkast, always big Outkast fan. Not a band, right? But you know what I'm saying. Experience music. Static X. Oh yeah, for sure. West Coast and Death Trip. Some of that stuff I still listen to, like in the gym and stuff when I was going back, like Five Finger Death Punch. Man, I like a lot of country too. I'm all over the place, man. I don't like one particular genre of music over another. Just where I'm feeling at the time, right? Yeah, I don't know if I'm a hip hop head. I mean, I couldn't tell you, who it was, but I could, I like a good beat in a song. I don't know if I actually ever really hear the lyrics. I'm more feeling the beat. Like even when it came to bands, like I was hearing the guitar and the bass and the drums and stuff like that. And then like years later, I'm like, I'm listening to it. My kids say, "What is that?" And I'm like, "Oh, wait, maybe you should not hear this song." Toby Keith, yeah, there you go. Sure. Brooks and Dunn. I'm not taking it back, man. Brooks and Dunn, yeah. Jason Aldean, Luke Bryant, those guys. I actually been to concerts, seeing those guys. Yeah. All right, let's move on to another subject. Oh, we're down to 2. What are they? Taco Bell and Open Something. All right, Open Something's going to be last. That's kind of fitting. All right, Taco Bell. Well, you guys have known this. I've been talking about it for years on either Instagram live stream or here. I'm a big fan of Taco Bell. I know people hate it. People say it's nasty. I like it. I mean, for the dollar menu is clutch for what you get, for the value. Taste factor, to me, it tastes pretty good. I don't know. I tried different things on the menu. I think my go-to thing has always been, though, is soft taco, no lettuce, no tomato, 4 or 5 of those, and a bean burrito with no onions. Dude, I'm set with the Mountain Dew. Get the Baja Mountain Dew and ride out, man. Ride out. And you probably spend less than $10 on that. I mean, you got 5 tacos and a burrito and a big gulp Mountain Dew for $10. That's value. Now, you'll probably regret it later, especially if you're using the fire sauce, but eating it was enjoyed. It's a cleanse. It's a cleanse. And, I'm not the only one. My wife likes it a lot. The Mexican pizzas. I don't think they had it at a certain point. They just brought it back for some reason, or maybe it's gone again. But she's a big fan of the Mexican pizzas. So, in the household, I'm not, like, by myself on this. So I'm a Taco Bell fan. There may even be a Taco Bell inspired Dio in the future. I did mention this during the new projects, but possibly I could see myself definitely doing a Taco Bell, maybe from, is it Demolition Man with Wesley Snipes and Sylvester Stallone? Maybe a futuristic Taco Bell, or maybe a throwback Taco Bell. Dude, and they have some crazy ideas for tacos or whatever, right? I remember the first crazy thing was the double-decker taco. That was great. But then they went like the Dorito tacos, and they 7-layer burritos. They have all these different crazy burritos. And I'm a fan of burritos because it goes into that concept of mixing a bunch of things, like the kitchen sink salad, or like my favorite thing, which is like macaroni, mashed potatoes, and black eyed peas. With the burrito, the concept is just to throw a bunch of things together that sort of kind of may make sense, but taste good combined, right? And so they go crazy with that kind of stuff, and I like it. Yeah, I mean, people, I don't know. I definitely don't know if I agree with that, but facts are facts, right? If they're clean, they're clean, right? Will there be a KFC next to a Taco Bell? You know what? KFC disappointing. I remember as growing up, KFC was awesome, right? You go in, you get all the sides and fixings, but it really comes down to their fried chicken isn't good anymore, man. I'll go to Publix and get great fried chicken. Well, all these chicken places now that just kill KFC with chicken. Like, KFC needs to come back strong. And it's not just with their Colonel guy. They need to actually come back strong with what they're doing in their restaurants. Yeah, it was Demolition Man. I couldn't remember. Now I'm gonna go back and watch that movie tonight. Actually, now that I think about it, if I get away from here enough time to watch a movie, probably gonna watch that. Or maybe I should go watch Endor. I don't know. Or She-Hulk. Should I go watch She-Hulk? Dude, you know what though? Some of them are gotten to this point. Like, McDonald's really has stripped down their dollar menu. Like, they were the dollar menu kings, and really the only thing that's still, I don't even think it's $1 anymore, is the McDouble. And I mean, the McDouble is good. Every once in a while I'll get a McDouble, but the dollar menu has kind of lost its glam. Taco Bell still has it though. I feel like 99 cents for a soft taco. Taco Bell, if you want to sponsor this channel, Red Bull, you're out, but Taco Bell, you're always here. All right. Moving on to the next topic. And the last topic is open something. I didn't know that we'd get through all these topics tonight, but it's cool that we did, and it's fitting that we ended on open something up. So I'm looking over at what I got. Let's go ahead and we'll just spin the wheel just to close things out. Just know that we're going to. Open something. All right. You know what? I bought something from Rick Art with Toys Wood. Shout out to him too. He posted a picture of one of my dios. Actually, this dial here today, which is very very awesome of him to do. But I think I picked something up. He had like one of his local Targets, and he didn't tell me he was doing this. He sent me a Taco Bell shirt, and that was so cool of him. I wear that shirt like pretty religiously. Shout out to Artbit. That wheel is rigged. Hey, it may be, or this is the way it was supposed to go down. So let me put this ready whip up. All right, so what do I have to open tonight? Any guesses? There's so much stuff that could be. Never mind. So my wife actually found this the other day. This is NECA. I don't typically open a lot of the NECA product anymore because there's so much that has come out. But I was going to save this for unboxing. And then, like, I've gotten so much stuff in, like, so much stuff is converted on pre-order that I've been opening up stuff. So I'm going to open this tonight. Like I said, I've not opened up a lot of NECA Toon stuff here lately. But this looks really cool. It was a sweet find. So I'm going to open these up tonight. Hope everybody's cool with that. No Joy Toy, no Warhammer. I still have the guys over here. Nope, they don't want to show up. I don't think I'm getting any deeper in the line. I really like these. They're gonna have a place in my heart and my shelf from Diorama. But I think that's it for me. I have the squad with their mech. I think it's gonna be a good setup on the shelf. But I don't think I'm getting any deeper into Joy Toy. Oh, yeah. That NECA smell. You guys know what I'm talking about, especially you NECA collectors. Dude, just NECA and this toy line, I mean, they've went so far, so deep, so well. I can't pass these up. I think I've only missed out on a few. The one I'm most disappointed is that 2-pack with Casey Jones, and they haven't re-released it yet. I mean, it's been long enough. Let's get a re-release, please. Randy, if you hear me, please. All right. Oh, hell. Oh, dude, this dude looks... Oh, man, I'm scared. I should heat these guys up, shouldn't I? Which Casey Jones? No, not the movie. The cartoon 2-pack version. I have the movie versions. He's cool. I totally forgot about these, and I was like, I didn't know these were tunes. And then I remembered with some motivation from Mario that when we were playing the new Turtles game, that these guys were actually one of the bosses at one of the levels. Totally blanked on that. And they actually did really good at these. I'll hold it up here. Main camera. Look at that, guys. It's just... the level of detail and the crispness of crisp. Here, let me say that again. Crispness of the outline and the paint. Now you do have to be cautious with the joints. Just make sure you apply some even pressure or even heat those joints up before you use them. But they're beautiful for the shelf. And I've not done any like unboxing videos for any of the NECA stuff. Maybe I might do one for one of these. I don't know. We'll see how much time I got. But as you guys know, these NECA packs come with so much accessory wise. You got like this. The topic tonight was a lot of food, so it's very fitting that this is all food. That's all coincidence here, obviously, but a lot of food in here. Some extra hands. Let's get Toka out. This Toka, right? No, Razar. Toka is the turtle. Now, I also missed the movie versions of these, and I hope they re-release those too, because, you know, being a kid of the 80s and 90s and a turtle fan, those two villains, especially movie villains, really. Yeah, I missed out on those. I really wish I could go back and pick those up. Yeah, I gotta get sharper nippers. I must use these too much. All right, he's free. I'm not gonna get all the accessories out because honestly, I'm gonna put them back in the box. Look at that. There's a strong ab crunch. Look, the jaw moves. Oh shit! Look, the jaw moves. Did it do that on here? Oh, look at that. Isn't that sick? Goodness. That is true excitement, guys. I did not know it did that. I had heard the Toka in the movie 2-pack had moving eyes and a moving jaw. I didn't know these had the moving jaw. That's really cool. A little top heavy though. Man, this is cool. Paint apps are good, solid like before. Head movement. Oh, you got. There's no. Okay, that's still cool though. Yeah, this is cool. Mad Dog look. There's the moving jaw, which is really cool. But yeah, once again, look how crisp those paint apps are, and just the lines they do. Isn't that cool? Anyway, I'm a huge fan of this line. I will probably continue to buy this line as long as I have some affiliation with these, some kind of connection with these the newer ones, because like I said, they're going deep. I also didn't find the Mouser 5-pack. I don't know if that was just online, but I want to go back and try to get the Mousers. Casey Jones was a huge miss from the toy line, so hopefully they'll re-release those things and they'll come back out in Target or something like that so I can pick them up. But yeah, guys, that's it for tonight. I'm out of topics. I've opened up toys, and we are now into 2 hours, and it's kind of the the most I wanted to run into tonight was 2 hours. So I'm glad we're able to do all that, right? Get through all the topics, actually get to open some stuff, which is really cool. And it was awesome to hang out with you guys on a Saturday night like this. Like I said before, this brings back memories from Diorama Talk. Yeah, I would, they were my first, like, besides like Transformers, they were my first like big thing I was ever into. And I don't know if it stuck with me through like middle school and high school, because back then, like, just that stuff we thought about, or at least I didn't, but it definitely came back like when I started having my kids, and this stuff was starting to get released, like how great this stuff is. Like, it hit home with me, and started getting right back into it. I found that I never really lost it. It was just buried. You stay classy, Mike. Do good, be good, drink your water. Oh, now I get copyright written. Yeah, I appreciate everybody that came out tonight. Thank you so much, guys. Thanks for the support last minute. Like I said, live streams going to try to do here more often. Get back involved with YouTube as much as I can. And got some things that are going to be coming out that hopefully I can talk about here in the future. Oh, look who showed up last minute. I'm saying my goodbyes at this point, Mike. I will say though, I know you got these, and I know you're a huge fan of this line. These are dope. But yeah, like I was saying, ending the stream, want to do about 2 hours. I'm out of topics, but I'm gonna do more live streams. I'm gonna get back in, hopefully hanging out with you guys on whether it's a Friday, Saturday, Sunday, whatever the cadence may be. But getting back more involved with YouTube and having some fun with you guys and chopping it up. So with that, I'm gonna head out. Make sure you go, if you're not following me here, please subscribe, and let everybody know to subscribe. Do those things, right? Like, subscribe, ring the doorbell, whatever. The doorbell? I don't know if it's a doorbell. But ring the bell. Get those alerts. Check me out over on Instagram. That's probably where I'm most active. I share most of the stuff that I'm building in the shop there. Updates. I tease stuff that I'm going to be doing over here on YouTube, as well as Patreon. Patreon I'm trying to build up right now. I have several tiers, 2 tiers specifically that are for digital subscribers. Every digital file I make, whether that's 3D printing or for cut, I'm offering to subscribers at a particular tier to have full access to all those. So I'm trying to get back there, and then all that goes back into this channel. As you guys see, I have some new overlays here, so just it's helping grow high school creations and what I'm doing here. So appreciate all the support, guys. Thanks for coming out and hanging out with me tonight, and hopefully I'll see you next week. And if I don't, I definitely will see you guys over on Instagram. All right, guys, have a good weekend. Talk to you later.